Hello again and welcome to Free Time Builds. As always, I'm your host Kevin and today we'll be covering drawers. Making a drawer from scratch. Today we're going to be actually recreating a drawer for a cabinet for a family member. So the first thing we're going to want to do is figure out how big we have to make it. Since it's a custom one, we have to make sure it fits back in the track system. So we have 21 and a half by 11. Okay, 21 and a half by 11. The other thing with your drawers, mounting hardware, they can make tools, basically two rulers like that. You can adjust the height so you make sure your lines are on par. Or if you have just a ruler and you take your time, you can measure that. For us, since we're recreating it, we already have a template here. When it comes time, we're gonna unscrew this, line this up on a new front board, which will go here, and we can just put some marks through that and exactly match it where it needs to go. And also also for the mounting hardware, we have an exact spot right there. We can use this as a template again to mark that exact, so that will save us some time with that. There's many ways you can create it, but today, like I said, because we're recreating this drawer, we're going to cheat and use this as our template. All right, let's go ahead and get our PPE on. Make sure our work area is clear of any tripping hazards. Very important when you're working with tools, not just to have proper PPE on, but also make sure you have time to safely use it. You should never want to rush. You should never be in a hurry. You should make sure you have the room to move around freely. You should always make sure that your walking area is not full of tripping hazards. Also, last thing you want to do is have all this wonderful protective gear on. You're ready to go. You walk up to it, you trip on something, fall in and have a catastrophic incident. So let's be safe. All right, here we go. First, let's make sure our measurement is consistently across. Consistent. Okay, good. Now we have this here. We have here 3. We have 3 here. Check. We have 3 here. Measure the long sides. Again, we want this at 21 and a half. This miter saw here is very convenient because it has a line where it's going to cut. So let's measure. Here's our 21 and a half. What I like to do is you don't want to cut exactly on it because then you're going to be cutting some of the material. I like to guide the laser right to the side of it. So 21 and a half and slide it down. The laser keeps it. Yeah, we're going to be cutting both at the same time. So your PPE on. Eyes and ears. We're going to there we cut. Let's double check our measurement. Exactly 21 and a half. You can see it there. Good. Now we're going to cut our sides, and it's 11 minus an inch and a half, so that's 9.5 inches. All right. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put them one on top of the other. Let the blade stop like I should have done the first time and I didn't. Turn our tool off. This will become some beautiful scrap for something. Maybe I can use that for a face for another drawer. Check our measurement. 9 and a half. Perfect. There we go. All right. Okay, now let's start to join our one end. I find when I'm trying to nail stuff together, it's good to have like a bracing area. So I'm using the fence on my table saw. Doesn't really matter where it is. It's just using the apply opposing pressure for my nail. And the other thing As you can see, this orange thing in here is square. I'm making sure that this is edge to edge lined up and square. Okay, before we put the bottom on, I want to make all my marks. I know from the template that the bottom came out, so the little tear pieces here are from the bottom, and the smooth sides from the top. For my markings, since I have my template, I'm just going to take a nail. All that, made sure we drilled our holes for the hardware to connect it to the face, and then the knob hardware. We just went from the template from the one that came off super easy. And then when you come here, you won't notice it anymore. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to trace the outline of this, and this will give us our cut lines. Right here. So these are cut lines. What to do? I'm going to cut this from our cut lines. Like that. And that will be the exact perfect bottom right there. Alright, let's put the face on. First thing I do is put the bolt through. This way I can adjust and make sure it's just level before I screw it on. I eyeballed it, but eyeballing it doesn't mean it's level. There we go. And what I did was I started the screws, so then it's level. I can just finish them up.